Greetings, this is Nigeria Anderson and you at urbanbuzzmag.com and we have breaking news. Yes, I have a concert goer of the Anita Baker, the Songstress Tour that was held Wednesday, May 10th. Is that right, Manya?
That's correct.
Yes. So, I was trying to read the statement that Babyface had posted, but you will see the post. It's posted. Give us the 411 on what really went down.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity because I saw the post also, and then I saw a lot of the comments under the post, and it seems as though the blame is being put on the songstress Miss Anita Baker, when in fact what transpired was the concert was supposed to start at 7. We weren't even allowed into the seating arena until 8:30, and we got word at about 9 that Mr. Babyface was not going to perform. And then the comments throughout the concert from concession stands to security was that the sound check started late and the venue was unable to accommodate the video or engineering that was required for his set. So by the time Miss Anita Baker came out to perform, in fact, they were breaking down the set that was supposed to be there for Babyface. And then she began to perform to horrible, when I say horrible engineering. She was forced to try to engineer her entire show while she was performing.
Wow.
And I don't even believe that she was late, because the reality is that if Babyface was to start at 7 when the concert started, she wouldn't have come out until around 9 something anyway. So I don't know who was late. I know what was said about someone being late. I have documentation because I was trying to record just like everyone else. Her microphone kept screeching. You can hear her giving instructions to the engineers that she's getting reverberation in her microphone. Please turn it down. And she began to explain to them, I know this is live, and maybe you guys so patient that she was with these people. But the reality is that there was an engineering issue.
Right.
And I don't understand why anyone's not saying that, because that's the truth. Not only did she perform to the best of her ability, but she left the stage when it was time for her to leave, and she came back out 4 times and sung to her audience, saying to her audience, they're going to kick us out of here, but I don't care. I'm going to give y'all what y'all came for. They turned the lights on, sent out confetti to let her know the concert was over, and she came back out after that.
I love it. I'm glad you said she was patient and kind, because we need to know these things. And I'm
yes.
That kind of read that on the blogs, or you see it and people are repeating things when they weren't there. They don't know the truth of the matter, and that she continued to give you guys a show. Now, you said something earlier behind the scenes, but let me show the video clip that you sent.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so let me know how you felt when you saw that post by Babyface. And we're not bashing, we're just telling the truth.
No. So here was my issue. So really, sincerely, 2 things struck a chord with me. The first thing, when I first saw the post, was interesting, because he doesn't mention who in fact said this to him. Because if you read the post, he says, I was just told that. So who was it who told you that? And my suspicion is that it was the promoter, who was Live Nation, who's the person who came out and apologized to the crowd. But their name is not mentioned in any of this. So my first thought was, I remember going to a concert at the Barclays, and it was all men that were performing. And something transpired, I don't know what, but people were late, the performance was late, and the last performer, who wasn't supposed to be the last performer, came out and said to the crowd, I know y'all came here to see me anyway, and they telling me that I have to short my performance, but I'm not quoting him verbatim, but that was the basis of it. He was like, I'm not shorting my performance because I know you guys came here to see me. I never saw anything go up about the other performers. He never bashed the other performers. He didn't make mention of the other performers, and they were all men. And I'm saying that to say Babyface has every right to relay the message to his fans in the way in which he wants to. I'm just always concerned when people can include others and choose to exclude and choose who they want to include. And so why mention her when the message didn't even come from her? And yes, she is on the tour, but could she actually make that call to say that he couldn't perform?
Right.
I don't know if she has that weight. And then the other thing that disturbed and
or just
me,
their contractual obligations, what was inside the contract, the rules and regulations or whatever. I'm a journalist. I don't perform.
Right. My second issue was the crowd that includes me, right? We are of a certain age group, and right. So if we're there to see Anita Baker, we all are kind of the same age group, right? And right now, I don't want to, name anyone in particular, but we do know that there's a certain video that is said to be coming out on a certain streaming platform.
Right.
And that's about the same age group as my age group. And they are all trying to come together with a class action lawsuit to stop this video from coming out because they said they are not the people that they were at that time.
Right.
Well, everything that I saw in the comments is making reference of who she used to be when she used to tour and she used to do. Is there no grace that
come on now
a different person
come
today
on now
on May 10th 2023.
Right, she is celebrating 40 years.
That wasn't that. Right, and so my perspective is always a biblical perspective. Right, and so
we saved over here.
One of the things that she said was, "The devil is busy, but God is still on the throne." She said that, and I caught that in the recording. And just in reference to that, Matthew 7:1 tells us what? Not to judge. But then there's also that part too, that if you do judge, you will be judged by that same measure. So that was the second thing that bothered me in the comments, was that everyone, some of whom were actual blue check people who are
come on now, bring it,
made reference to their past experiences with her. But that's all well and good. You should have taken that time during that time to make that point and that reference.
Come on.
Why are you jumping on this bandwagon and you weren't there? This issue was not her fault.
Let's go to the video. Wow, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what you said. Is there any grace? And that is really the big issue, Manya, that in this entertainment business, oh God, I feel the Holy Ghost. Mm-hmm. There is a lack of grace, even amongst the saints. And I'm not trying to rap. I'm just saying it's right. It's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what hurt me too is something we talked about, was that here we go again. I call it black on black crime. Mm-hmm. Everybody trying to eat right now, get back in the flow of performing. So no, we don't need badgering that she's hard to work with and you don't want to be on a tour or whatever. And as a black man, why did he feel he needed to come out and say anything? And you're right, a lot of this goes on. I've been at concerts where I've seen one of my favorite artists, their mic started flickering and wasn't working out, and he threw the mic down, screamed at the engineer, wanted to fight, walked off the stage. Oh no, we've seen it all, know. And I was like, I can't support this.
Right.
And so we look at these entertainers like they're, but they're human.
They are. And
they need training. Some, like the one who threw the mic down, from my brother, Angelo Ellerby. I'm going to give him a shout out because I love him. to be on the stage and do what they need to do and be graceful. And y'all, after so many years of doing this, come on now, pull yourself together. You already know. If you've been touring more than 3 years, you should already know some of the issues and already be prepared to problem solve. I know one particular artist who brings an extra microphone, who brings an assistant engineer who has extra wires. Like, you gotta equip yourself. You gotta be able to do what you do and love what you do. I wish he just didn't do it the way he did it. Like you said, maybe mention the name of who told him, and everybody read the post correctly. Right. He didn't say Anita Baker told him he couldn't perform. So yeah, go ahead, finish telling us.
And one of the things that you said that is a very valuable word, graceful, right? Yeah, graceful, right? Yeah. So we want grace. Right? But then we want people who we put up, right, to be graceful. And when I tell you, and yes, I am an Anita Baker fan, but I think it goes to, I need to say this, that while I had never seen Anita Baker before perform, this was my first time seeing her perform, I've seen Babyface perform, and I was not disappointed. Be fair. Right. Because when she was correcting in the most graceful way, all of the engineers. When I say to you, Nigeria, that one of the engineers actually came out on the stage while she was performing. How? What? She was so graceful. There were several times that her mic kept going out. Her sound was coming out through the other instruments. You know what she did? She stopped singing and she just held the microphone to her heart. She let the crowd sing, and then she brought the mic back up and said, when you guys finish singing and they get my mic together, I'll finish singing for you and we'll start at the top. And she, over and over again, she kept doing that. And even throughout the concert, she made a note. She said, listen, y'all think we rehearsed? She said, we didn't get the chance to rehearse. She said, what songs do y'all want to hear next? Calm, patient, graceful. The audience started yelling at the engineers, and she said, no, we're not going to do that.
Come on, Anita Baker.
And for her to face this kind of backlash, it is deplorable. And I need some more people, because I saw maybe a handful of people that were under the comments that were saying it needs to be said that this was not her fault.
Oh,
more
good.
People need to come out and say that. But the platform isn't being given to them, and I know why. We all know why. It's just easier to attack Black women.
Come on, say it.
That's a thing, and I'm not here for any of it. Is that while Babyface has his truth, his fact of whoever told him whatever, the reality is that message that was given directly to him, he doesn't say that it came from her. He says that someone told him that, right? And so that person, why don't we take them to the mat? Right. Why don't we hold them accountable and stop trying to hold somebody else accountable for the misdeeds of somebody else? I don't know whether he was late. Right. I know that that's what they said, and it would be irresponsible for me, and I don't have a following like he does, to come out here and say that he was late. But what I can say is they didn't start, and I know this for a fact, they didn't start sound check until 8 o'clock. The start of the show was at 7.
Wow.
That is what I know, and that they didn't let us in until 8:30.
I mean, this has to stop, too. I mean, you spend all your money on the tickets to go. I think you and I went to a certain concert, and we get there, and they like, oh, here's a T-shirt. You can get your money back. You know?
We were doing VIP.
Right. Yeah.
And this particular person had the nerve to comment also negatively about Miss Anita Baker. Hello, where's the grace?
Right. Right. Oh, I didn't know that.
This is why I'm so bothered.
Okay.
Because I'm like, how are you being so hypocritical when you had to be replaced? You took L, and praise God, social media wasn't what it was at that time.
Right.
But even if social media was what it was at that time, notice how the headliner of that show didn't take to his social media. She knew she couldn't perform. We're not going to say she should have did anything different because she's still here and she's healthy. But what I'm saying is that why not extend that same grace
Yeah.
When your sister in the music business is being thrown under the bus, why pile on?
Right.
Why
Right.
why not reach out to her and be like, is this true? Because I'm about to go on this TV show that I have a platform on, and I'm about to make a comment about you.
Right. See, that part. That's because everybody, remember I told you, I said I stopped taking pictures with celebrities who aren't key players because I value my key players. And of course, you should know by now that Manya is a key player. So
Got the t-shirt to prove it.
that's right. And so we are family here. We're here
Right.
to push the talent in a more positive direction. And I like that you mentioned that you may not have as many followers. I may not have that many followers, and everybody is about followers and likes. But you know one thing, baby, that I sure enough got, and that is the truth. And so
Right.
that being said, when you come on urbanbuzzmag.com, you are going to get the real. We ain't bashing. We not doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You're going to get the truth. And so there you have it. Oh, you said they started late. How did the
Yeah.
crowd react to that?
Say that one more time. They started late, and
How was the crowd? I mean, because, you get frustrated. You're so hype and antsy to see them perform. And then all of this is going on. What was the crowd like? What was the energy?
so the energy of the crowd, you can actually hear in one of the videos, someone said, y'all starting 2 hours late. And so I commented, but the truth is that she would have started at this time anyway. So I don't look at it like she was late, but the crowd did. They were upset. But when she came out, they forgot about the upset.
Okay.
They forgot about the upset. Everybody was screaming and yelling. Now, I will say this, that if you have ever been to the Prudential, the NJ Pack, what you do know is that they have spirits and libations when you come in at the top. And then if you are sitting on the floor like I was, you have to walk all the way downstairs from the libations. And if you want a snack like M&Ms or such, you have to go all the way back up. But they do provide more spirits and libations down on that floor level. Now, I do not partake.
Right.
However, you do need to know that the smell in the air changed.
Stop it.
Hello? And the libations were being poured. How do I know? Because I was making sure that nobody spilled in it on my suede shoes.
Okay.
Hello? All right. So what the crowd was into it. They were singing and they were they were going with the flow. But I do suspect that the floor level libations and the spicy change in the air had a lot to do with it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that part.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that part. People were very calm, cool, and collected. When her mic was going out, there was some anger and some frustration, like I said before, but she did say to the people, don't get mad. She said, I'm here for y'all, and I'm going to give y'all all that I came here to give y'all. That's what she said.
And it's so funny. I tried to get an interview with her. And this returns back to me why I don't take pictures with certain people and do certain, because I love her. I'm a fan, but, everybody on their own thing. So, I love being independent. I love being able to allow my key players to come on this platform and speak their truth, because that's why we say we are where key players speak. Manya, I thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the clips. This YouTube, y'all need to let it go viral. Tag Anita Baker. Anita Baker.
Tag Anita Baker.
Yeah, you're welcome here on our platform anytime. And we thank you for your grace and being so patient at that situation. And may God restore you and refresh you from all that stress and all this foolery on social media. Don't pay it no mind. Please.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, and these attacks are so vicious, people are dying, people are being, feeling so pressured. So, you did your time, woman of God. Listen, sing your songs, hopefully your next location, we pray all go well.
Yes, amen. And if I may just be so corny, she gave it the best that she got, baby. And she apologized.
Yeah. Giving you the best that I got, baby.
Come on now.
We love you, Anita.
Yes,
we love you. This is Manya, one of your number one fans. Feel free to reach out to me, Nigeria Anderson at Urban Buzz Mag, and we will get her backstage with you. You just let us know, and we'll make it happen. Thank you again, Manya, for being here with us. And, as we always say, once a key player, always a key player. And I love me some you.
I love you.